as fuck. She said she my eye, but I don't know her. Had to look her up. I know that I'm rich, but I can help it. I'm hood as fuck. I've been on these bitches next so long, sometimes I fucking stuck. I can put you in my business. You might wish me dead tomorrow. Bitches be on today, sing every word of tomorrow. I still got cases open. Keep your mouth shut tomorrow. Play with me today, then get some sleep. You know it's up tomorrow. Fake, that's what my friend. Both pussy, I think I should scissor. She bought a chain, I bought the same one, even bigger. She throwing shots, that's how I know I got a trigger. I don't speak dog ho. I don't care what no bitch say. I stay on her mind. I got condos in that head. She said she don't fuck with me. Who say that you can't hold? That munching, he gon' eat me like a mango. Long ass week, it be tickling my ass crack. Wonder what I do tomorrow that these hoes will be mad at. Oh yeah, it's sweet, and I always get my lick boo. I thought for my bitches and I'm fighting over dick too.
Can't say your name up in my songs, might not with you tomorrow. Can get my feelings hurt today, I won't give a tomorrow. Ain't about no credit score, I might be rich tomorrow. Every day the sun won't shine, but that's why I love tomorrow. Can't say your name up in my songs, might not you tomorrow. Can get my feelings hurt today, I won't give a tomorrow. With the no credit score, I might be rich tomorrow. Every day the sun won't shine, but that's why I love tomorrow. Pocket, you would think I went to school for chiropractic. Looking good as hell today, just sent my five attachment. Why'd you come from me about a man? You back for that, come at me about niggas who I don't even.
Hello. How is everybody doing? Happy Friday. Happy to be here. How you doing, Lawrence? Actually, you're on mute, but how are you doing also? Welcome to this good old Reasonable Doubt Live. Thank you guys so much for being here. Lawrence, how are you feeling? Are you ready to get into the show?
I am feeling incredible. Oh my God, what a episode. So good. This may have been my favorite episode of the season thus far. I'm feeling good. How about you though?
Absolutely. I'm feeling good. We don't get into the episode, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this season so far. I feel like it's been cooking all the way through.
Okay.
Ashley, what about you? How are you feeling today? Are you feeling good? It's Friday.
I'm feeling good. You know, I done watched some stuff today that got me a little bit, but I'm ready to talk Reasonable Doubt and the Faux Lot King. I'm ready. You know, I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded for tonight. This is a good episode. I'm ready to get into it.
Absolutely. Always. It's never a dry eye when we are getting into the Faux Lot King because I am going to be laughing all kinds of hysterically. Now, getting into these overall thoughts, I'm going to start with myself. These episodes have been cooking all the way through. I don't know what reset button happened from last season. And not to say that any season of Reasonable Doubt has just been bad, but you can tell that the second season there was a shift and they didn't have the script all the way together to work in Jack's personal life along with her current case. No, that is not a problem. I am invested in both, and it was not short of that for this episode. I'm here for it because I got some thoughts and I need some feedback on it. Ashley, what were your overall thoughts of this episode?
This episode was funny. It was smart. We're still going down the path, and we're pushing the narrative along, which I absolutely love. I agree. Season 2 and season 3 to me is like night and day. I'm glad they found their roots. I'm glad they went back to the true voice that we had in season 1 because we are cooking over here. We're cooking with hot grease. And I just want to say, you don't ever roll up on a crackhead in their lair. You never do that. It's a big mistake. Huge. You don't do it. But no, I enjoyed this episode. We have a lot to talk about. And like I said, I think we're getting closer to some answers. So I really love that.
Lawrence, what about you? Overall thoughts?
Yeah, episode was fire from top to bottom. This is what happens, I think, a lot of times when you upgrade the writer's room. This is one of the things I love about the show. Usually the writing is pretty tight and pretty decent, pretty good. But listen, my favorite part, I know we're going to discuss it. My favorite part was that Lewis and Eddie scene. Oh, my God. That's all I can say.
Discuss it in what way? I can't wait to hear what you got to say about that because I sure have some thoughts. Actually, a crackhead in their lair. So don't roll up on a crackhead in their element, sir.
You don't do it.
We're gonna start here because, baby, Daniel is a little in the clear. We don't know if he's not going to keep any more secrets moving forward. But it took a little reworking. Him looking like, girl, I need you to say something because Jax is rolling up. She's not a dumb woman. I need to know where he got the drugs from. It's given in-house, and she had to confess about some things. And of course, we are in this episode, which we didn't find. We was looking for the thug who's on the other end of that phone, who's been dealing with them drugs. We're no closer to that connection thus far. But we do get a whole lot more connected over here with Daniel. They watching TikToks and this close to kissing and actually getting into kissing and having a good old time. But Azie stepped in, said, "Yeah, we ain't doing none of that. Not on my time. Now I have all of this going on. I need you to disconnect, and I don't need a babysitter. Daniel, you need to get your ish and get up out of this house." I still don't know how to feel about this union. Whatever they are or could be, which is probably not going to work because we do have these cases. And then most of the time, who's involved in the case, we don't see them in following seasons. But I need them in the free and clear to know that she don't have nothing to do with nothing, Daniel, especially you losing your best job, okay? You losing your funds because you mixed in on something that you didn't share with Jax, or it's like a conspiracy situation. I just need you to be free and clear, sweet Asian man. We don't need no problems. Ashley, how did you feel about her coming clean? She did tell the truth. Said I did get the drugs, and Daniel getting a little close, and Ozzy's reaction because he wasn't having none of that.
This is a problem. Sis is still a problem to me. She was so reluctant to come clean, and I don't think she's still telling the full whole truth that she knows. Sis is still layered and still hiding, and I think truly diabolical. I hate the relationship with Daniel. Like I said, crazy cootie cat calls from the hills. Do you hear me? It calls out to him. It sings a song in his ear, and it's irresistible. If he was willing to lie that quick before even getting the draws, what happens when GTD? What happens? That's all I want to know. She's got secrets, she's got skeletons, and Daniel's not equipped for this. He's a weak man. When's the last time a man had coochie? He haven't had any for a long time, I guarantee. He's been fiending and desperate all 3 seasons. He can just smell it and it's going to be over. He will do whatever this lady says. We saw him. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't condone it. I don't wish him well in the future. I need him to extricate himself quickly and expeditiously. We need to hurry up and get this over with because there's more to her. She's like a vault of secrets and she knows it all. I wouldn't be surprised if Azie does pass, she's behind part of his passing. I don't trust sister. I don't. And I don't know what her true motives is yet, because I don't think it's just, I love my brother so much. There's more to her, and I hope we get to explore her character more, but this ain't it. No.
I definitely think she's sitting on some secrets, even though she did volunteer that information. Jack's like, yeah, that's cute. Keep an eye on her. She's still hiding something. I feel like with them being so close and her knowing everything, I think she's privy to everything that he's experienced, plus, what happened. And it's something that she's, not sharing. And I feel like it might be to protect their little family dynamic along with Azie and maybe their little pissy daddy. We're going to get to him. Lawrence, what did you think about this? And how do you feel about their union? Is this cute? Are you hoping that Daniel gets some next episode?
For all that we know, my God, Daniel may be a virgin. I'm not on cloud 9 about this union. I mean, I think they do look good, but again, like Ashley said, she is definitely holding a bunch of secrets that she's not telling anybody. She said, well, hey, this is part of being in the business of Azie. You know what I'm saying? So I think for him, he's going to have to wake up and realize what side of the road he's going to go on. Is he going on the road to, be with Jax, or is he going to go on the road to get these cheeks? At the end of the day, which one's going to be a little bit more important? But like most men, he's going to try to figure out a way. And I can be honest when I say this right here, he's going to figure out a way to try to do both. Because he want to be able to clap, but he also want to be able to be real with Jax. You know what I'm saying? So, I really did think that they was about to kiss. Like they set up so perfectly. Her head goes on the shoulder. And then he kind of looks down at her. I was like, oh, they about to do it. But then they didn't. And I was like, yo, get a step. I don't need nobody spying on me. I'm a grown man out here.
She gonna give him whatever information that she's hiding after she give him the cheek so he can be indecisive. Like, but we just shared something special. Then you're gonna try to make it deeper than what it is. Thank you so much to Marcus for the super chat. Which song is better? No Diggity, No Doubt by Blackstreet or Too Close by Mix? Lawrence?
Too close by next.
Ashley? Muted Ashley?
All right, yeah. Blackstreet and Teddy and them, they was a little bit older. It was, for me, it was going to be too close as well. But no diggity, no doubt, baby. Like, I like it, but
I like it. Yeah.
Girl, you dancing too close. Yeah, I'm going over there.
I'm gonna cut on next before I cut on No Diggity No Doubt, so I gotta go there. I feel real bad about it because we know they both be singing down on both groups, but one group over the other. But still, I gotta go with next. I do. But right now we're gonna go with Bill. Because Bill is showing more of himself with every single episode. They are so middle road with Bill's character. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You never know what you're getting with him. Now, in the office, we know what to expect. We do have them selecting jurors and trying to figure out the best way to attack Azie's case and keep him free at the same time. I love the whole scenes of them being very strategic. Yeah, we're going to take this one and keep that one. And we see that the opposing lawyer is not anything to play with because he got, some strategic things going on too. But that's really neither here nor there unless we're just focusing on the fact that we have not, it's not like he has anything juicy to tell right now. We didn't see Bill go back and land any information to no partners. He's maybe still contemplating over that. But so far, we ain't seen him go over there and shake no hands with the man that's trying to get Jack out the way. But we did see his wife. Thickness came to the porch once again. Bill said, girl, happy anniversary, boo. She said, yeah, that was yesterday. That was yesterday. Above all else, we see that Bill has been a piss poor excuse of a husband and a father. You have not been there. The only information that we've gotten just lets us know that he has been chasing this ambition of being not only a lawyer, but eventually a partner. And our relationship, marriage, kids, whatever, it suffered for it. I have been in this marriage alone. And now that you want to come back because things are on the up and up for you and you're about to get what you've always worked for, I'm over it. I don't know. There's still more that we don't know about him. And we do have a little cute moment where it's like, okay, I might have brought these flowers on the wrong day, but I know you like these Jamaican oxtails, though. I know you want this plate, though. I even, did the project with the kids. You see, I'm getting better. She did a little, thank you, Bill. You might look a little good around the edges. I might let you have dinner with us next time and let you be on this porch. It seems like it's unresolved, but she definitely does not seem terrified. I need to know what Bill has done outside of that and get into his character. Because by the time we're contemplating what demographic we need to touch and not touch for Azie, he's like, yeah, I might go see a movie after this, a violent one. I was like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, writers? And what do you want us to know about Bill? Ashley?
That he is sharpening his crayons as we speak. I do not get off of his head. I am still there. Sure, he's fine right now. She haven't even seen the depths of who Bill is. And let it be cute. Oh, yeah, you put everything and everyone in front of your family, your job, whatever. It's deeper than that. When she goes full throttle and is like no contact, nothing, that's when we're going to see the dark side come out. That's when the crayons are coming out of their case and he'll be writing out those letters to her. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. He's got a lean and hungry look. He can't be trusted, y'all. There's something not all there. I'm going to take y'all back to season 1. I want you to rewatch it. Things can be cute. Reasonable Doubt likes to play like this. They'll be very cute, 6-7 episodes, and then crazy's turned on. I see it in his eyes activate. Like you said, that middle of the road, really vague, very, very suburban voice accent that he's carrying on. I wouldn't be surprised if in the last episode it drops 10, 12 octaves and we get the true billable Bill out here. I don't trust him. And she sees through him too, lightweight. Wife's not scary yet because she hasn't seen the darker side. Watch. He'll probably start leaving skunks in the driveway, snakes in the gutters. I don't trust him. And Jack's better watch her 12 as well. She better keep her head on the swivel because it's up and it's stuck. I want you to look at these ladies. His wife, yes, she's got a little bit more meat on her. But Jax is billable Bill's type 2. I don't know what his intentions are. It's something nefarious. I'm putting it all on it. I'm betting on black. I feel it in my shanana, in my knower. I'm rocking. Like, Bill is no good. He's no good. This was cute, but you can't trick me. You can't fool an OG. You know what I mean? An old fool. You can't. I know what it is.
I don't No, like actually, I really don't know. And I'm trying to lean away from that and lean more into maybe a PTSD type situation because what we don't want is reheated nachos. We have had scenarios where it's like you're one way 1 second, then the next moment you're crazy here. Don't do that again. Don't be that repetitive in a third season. I don't want that. I want it to be deeper than that. But I don't want them to play on our top either because you're giving him these weird quirks and if we end off the season where it's like, oh, that's just Bill, like it's not normal. So don't try to make it normal for me. There better be something off and not just that I was missing my family and my kids. Lawrence.
I think what the writers was trying to do with Bill, they knew that when they was writing him, that the general audience thought he's going to be crazy. I think they tried to give him a human side by introducing his the Thickums girlfriend or wife, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, Bill got the dates wrong. He mixed up the wrong flowers. He's trying to get back into good graces with, his lady. But of course, he is still, like Ashley said, he's still missing a couple marbles. I can't trust him yet. You know what I'm saying? I felt like his lady, whenever they bought the oxtail, because if y'all eat oxtails, that's not a cheap meat. Oxtails are pretty. You know what I'm saying? You can pay a pretty penny in this economy for some oxtails, right? I kind of felt like she wanted to say, like, hey, kids are going to be going to bed at night if you're still trying to, you want to come over. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think that she wanted to say, but then it's kind of like she paused with it. So I was like, well, maybe not. So Bill was standing there watching all that thickness walk away. But at the end of the day, I do believe he's crazy. We'll probably end up seeing some crazy stuff from him later on in the season. But, like I said earlier, I think he's wanting to give him another layer to Bill, wanting to try to humanize him a little bit.
We will see. I just don't want this to be a waste. Have it be something, because don't make us think we're crazy and Bill has been acting normal this entire time. This is not this man's. I know he's not Tommy in real life, but this isn't his real speaking voice. There's something unnatural and robotic about the way that Bill speaks and just the mannerism, how he walked up there, but I got flowers. It's like, are you a cyborg? Like what is going on here that we don't know about? We're gonna see, but I'm with you, Lawrence. It was given later on, if you still up and these kids sleep, you can come by and give me some, but you can't sleep over. You got to get up and go before the kids wake up. But I'll take that white chocolate. I'll take some of that meat, that bologna. Thank you so much, DeMarcus, for the $5. Bill is like Ronnie Mathis. All he want is that work. It is. It's very Ronnie Mathis. Like, what's the disconnect? And you couldn't have been this from jump because, baby, what would have made the sister want you in the first place? What happened between when y'all got married up until now? What broke in you, brother? I don't know. I don't know. They got to tell us something, though. But, baby, yeah, this is a hot mess, okay? This is a hot mess, and it might be a hot take because get Azie away from his father. I'm looking at the father sideways. I had already been looking at him, but I thought it was just under the umbrella of Wendy because I feel like she was over there rubbing on that man and there was some weird stuff going on. I feel like Daddy is the abuser, and this whole little breakdown here took me over there. We have Azie feeling like I don't really want to share that information with the world, but we know that he is not looking good. A lot of evidence, things are just not working in his favor. And to give you better chances, we need to make you as vulnerable and transparent to the public as possible and get you out of this messy, crazy, entitled child star era. Share the news with your parents first. We got over here to Mama. Mama, genuinely surprised. Looked like she didn't know. It was that. Daddy, I feel like Daddy was on pins and needles. Like, what is he going to share? What all are you going to say? And even the strategic way that we've been placing she, and they, and he, like, I feel like Daddy was scared. And I was chilling until he rolled over there and the way he hugged him. Why are you hugging him like that with that grip around his neck? It was like, say something else. Don't say no more. You said more than enough. And Azie looks like, Mama, help me. Mama, help me. I really feel like Daddy is weird. I feel like his interaction with Azie overall has been weird since we met the dad. He's very, like I told y'all, when we met him, I thought he was uncle. I didn't know who the hell this was. I was like, oh, this is Daddy. He's just kind of off to the back. I feel like he is the abuser. I could be wrong, but that's not what this interaction gave me. Lawrence, how did you feel about this and Azie coming clean about the things that he experienced?
Wow. That part was very emotional. I'm not sure about the dad, I'm really not sure about him, but I can say this right here. I do appreciate Azie finally coming clean. And the parents was like, yo, if you would have told us before, we would have believed you. We wouldn't have to go through this entire ordeal. But like a lot of people, whenever you get abused like that, it's kind of like you kind of feel like you're the victim. He has to protect his abuser at the end of the day. I kind of felt real bad for Azie in this situation right here. We got Aunt Vi from Bel Air. No, I'm playing. I forgot the actor's real name. But she's crying. Even there was a scene with Jax. Jax is very emotional, when we learn about this right here. I'm just happy that he just came out, right? Like the sooner that he comes out and continue to tell the secrets of his past, I think it will be better for Jax and the legal team at the end of the day. I don't want Azie to hold back any more information about pills, drugs, abusers, whatever the case may have been. I need him to tell the truth. And hopefully that this will be a start.
I definitely will give it to, which we'll get to Monica later, but I don't think strategically it's just been solely one person abusing and taking advantage of him his whole life. I think they're trying to subvert things, and I did appreciate Jax being really vulnerable in this moment and reaching back into her life experience. But Jax always pisses me off because she always has all the patience and the depth in the world for her clients, and we cannot seem to have that with our own children. I just wanted to go both ways, but I did appreciate her giving that olive branch and making sure that Azie feels comfortable. Ashley?
No, I don't think Sal. I don't think Sal is an abuser. However, I do agree that it's more than one person. I don't think it's solely Monica Mercedes from the Pank. I don't think it's solely her. But I don't think the dad is. I really don't. I think they have a strained relationship and there's other dynamics. I am gonna go back and rewatch it just to see. But I didn't get that at all from dad. I think dad is kind of just like, I don't want to say he is a doormat, but I feel like mom wore the pants in the family and she took the reins for most things. And so I think when he found out about this, it was kind of that thing of why wasn't I there? Why couldn't I have been there to protect him, to whatever? And I think that has to do more with the dynamic in the family and the way that he's kind of taken a back seat. I ain't gonna put that on daddy yet. I'm not gonna put it on this black man at this moment, but I will go back and rewatch the scene. I think mom really, really was concerned, and I really love this dynamic in the moment. And I honestly think that Jax, even her reaction in this moment wasn't about him. I think this was selfish. Again, Jax has so much work that she needs to do. I think what she was doing in that moment is wishing that had been her mother having the conversation with her. I think that was solely about Jax wishing she'd had an experience similar to what he's having now when she came out with her story of abuse, like how he's instantly believed and what can we do? I want to defend you. I want to help you. That's what I think was going on in Jax's mind. She still don't give a damn about them kids. And she still got issues that she needs to work out with herself. But I loved mom here. Up until this point, we thought mom was stage mom, right? We thought she was Madame Rose, all about Ozzy's money, what's best for his career. But in this moment, we actually got to see her as a mother. And I do think that brought more depth to the character and to the scene and understanding what Ozzy's family dynamic was and maybe why he didn't tell. Right? Because my mom was right. It's that hoe that does the makeup, ain't it? It was that stylist, wasn't it? Like she's already making a list of what I need to do to fix it. And at the time, I don't think he was ready for that. But I think this was a great scene. I think it was powerful. And they all acted down. Mama too. I want to see her in more things. I've only ever seen her in Bel Air in this. I want to see her in more.
Yeah, the acting was definitely top tier. I'm still gonna look at that daddy sideways. If he's not a willing participant in physical, and it's still abuse either way, even though you're not that initial person, he knows about it. I think he knows about it already, and maybe he put Wendy up to maybe trying to get some distance between him and Monica. Like something weird is going on. I just don't feel like daddy's in the clear and free, but mama definitely did not know. But EJ is in the back. I'm gonna bring her out. EJ, how are you doing? Are you
I'm
muted?
good. How are y'all? Yeah, I was muted, girl. You know, I was muted.
We're okay talking about a little reasonable doubt. Before we move on, would you like to share your thoughts here?
Yeah, overall thoughts. The episode was great. Can y'all hear me? I'm sorry, my microphone way over here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Overall, the episode was great, and I agree with. I heard y'all talking about this particular scene right here. I agree with everything. I do think that there's something sketch with the dad. Like this moment had me side eyeing him. I wasn't side eyeing him too hard, too hard, but the more he was quiet, the more I was like, maybe he knows something. But this moment, I was like, yeah, I feel like he knows a little bit more than what he's putting on. But I do agree with everyone. The mom, I think she definitely had no clue. And this was a good scene. I loved it.
It was. Bill, EJ.
Yeah, Bill, you know what? I still don't know how I feel about Bill just yet, but I don't think it was anything sinister with him and his wife. I think it's gonna come down to a similar situation like Jack's. Like he is a workaholic and he's trying to hit this mark and he's just not attentive. And he thinks that the one person should be the only person doing all the things. So I think that for this moment, Bill gets a slither of non-sinister grace from me this time for now.
And is the sister still, under your watchful eye? What do you think about her? Because she did come clean, so technically Daniel's not a liar anymore.
Yeah, that is true. And so I done took her off the board a little bit. I think the sister is the only one who really cares about Azie when it's all said and done. Like 100% down for Azie and wants what's best for him when it's at the end of the day, but she just has no power, no control. That's what I think it all boils down for her. And I don't think she has anything to do with it anymore. My eyes are back over on Monica again.
I'm watching this whole family. They all trash. Thank you so much for the super chat. That very uncomfy showcasing as Ayers like they are. Hold on, R.M. Ford? Is that what I'm reading? Oh, thank you.
I think we had left another comment, and it's kind of about like the romanticism of it. And I had that note as well when I watched it, so I'm sure we'll get to it when we get to that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get over there into Monica. Thank you so much for the super chat once again. Jack is taking these effed up family dynamics way too casual for me. This is not a let the assistant handle it situation. Baby, she's gonna send Daniel in like he's packing, like he is an agent. Like that's what I told you, baby. Get some help, get some workers in here. That is not a part of my job description. This is the most perks that Daniel has even got because he never can even get a goddamn thank you when Jack sends him out here and leaves him vulnerable and susceptible to whatever happens. If something popped up in that house, then what? Nothing, because it just happened and we couldn't do anything about it. But let's get over here. Poor Azie. Fix it, Jesus. Fix this too, because... Well, thank you so much for bringing Spencer back and giving that baby 3 lines of dialogue. Welcome back, Spencer. Welcome back. We missed you. Baby, the kids know. Naima come in on 10, mad, slamming doors, and we coming out. What I want to say before this, shout out to Jax. I wasn't gonna screenshot her in her lingerie and put her on here, but baby Jax showed up and she had them thighs out, thighs, cheeks, everything was. I say Jax. Not you in your lingerie waiting on they're gonna always show that they, no matter what, they're gonna prioritize a healthy sex life. We're gonna make sure we get it in because that's top priority here. But when this stuff happens, we hush mouth. Baby, we coming up off all that ecstasy, and Naeem has found the jersey. So when was anybody gonna tell me? None of you want to say anything because you lied. And I was waiting for some type of impactful conversation because the baby is here. Well, we were waiting until Spencer came back, and now everybody's here together. So, okay, well, y'all got anything you want to ask? She's like, what? I couldn't even say nothing. And when I even said, why isn't this family ever good enough for y'all? I was like, well, I swear, Naima, don't it always feel like they're looking for a way out? And even here, it was just a bunch of sorries, and we couldn't ask or get into Naima, like, how are you doing mentally? Just beyond, okay, well, it happened and it was hard, so we didn't say anything. Okay, yeah, but Dad, I even confronted you to your face and you still lied to me. Dad, you lied. Why? It's like, well, y'all had all this time to prepare. Y'all even said and lied to yourselves last episode, said you were waiting for Spencer to get here. And now this has happened and we're talking about it and we don't have anything to say. And it's just like, it's just too much. I hope they eventually forgive us. And Spencer's like, well, welcome home. Took his little plate and left. I said, that's it? Is that all you have for your children? Was that the best that you could do? I refuse to think that. I want more from them. Like I just said, Jax can lay it on and spread it thin anytime it's a potential client, whether it's a young Azie or not. She gives her all. And then we get in here and it's just hush mouth. And we have to go and vent to friends and whomever about how we feel so inadequate or ashamed, or can we come back from this? And oh, my kids, I love them so much. Yeah, it don't give that in these scenes. And as Lewis is just Lewis. Like, look, we gonna get to Lewis. Because be a man, Lewis. Be a man. Ashley, how did you feel about this?
I tell y'all every time, these are just trash parents. They at this point, they just don't know how to parent, because not even do you really take full ownership, accountability, open the floor. Let's have a real heart-to-heart, because there's a lot of disconnects here with you guys, right? Spencer, you've been away. You're just coming back and we're dropping this in your lap. Naima, your whole life has shifted. You've lost friends behind our lies, baby girl. What can we do to make this right? Like, how do you really feel about it? Let's talk about a plan for you to get back into a place where you can trust us. And Naima said it perfectly. Like, y'all don't want this. Like, y'all just suck. Y'all don't want to have a good life or a family. Like, and they don't. Ultimately, I feel like everything else is a priority. Jax patting her puss is more of a priority than parenting these children in my book. Because, girl, that's where we spend all the time in the show. I have not once since the season began really seen Jax have a one-on-one loving conversation with her daughter about something that wasn't punishment or addressing an outstanding issue, but just like, Naima, girl, you're so pretty. Like, I just love you. Like, let's do this. We haven't seen it. And I'm just really, really questioning the writers and this approach to parenting. I really, really am. And as far as the Folot King and his man bun up there, sir, this is all you're doing. At least Jax, when she was out there hoeing, she kept it hoeing. She kept it in the street. You done brought a whole baby into this mess and then lied about it. I blame him as well. But they're just a terrible parenting duo, ultimately. And I hate it for these kids. They're going to have years of therapy after this. Years. It's a mess. And Naima's not going to let this go. She's going to carry this on her back until something happens with her. And I just really hate to see it coming, but it scares me. There's such a foreshadowing around Naima to me, just because she's little girl lost at this point. Like, they lie to you. They forget about you. They don't even really know what school you go to, in my opinion. They don't know what time you get off the bus, how you get home. I'll never forget it, and I won't forgive them. And I don't think Naima does either.
Child, I just be wanting more from Lewis, because they both did their share of dirt and cheating. But at least Jax, I ain't bringing no babies home. I didn't get impregnated by anybody. And it wasn't so close in home that it would be Naima's best friend's mama. What were you thinking about, EJ?
Yeah, so my thoughts on this right here is solely that everything falls on Lewis. I'm not giving Jax hardly any of this. The reason why I say that is because there was a moment where he looks over at Jax like she was supposed to somehow fix this or say something that was supposed to make it better. No, this is yours. The fact that I'm sitting here with you is because we are married and we're supposed to be a team, but I'm solely letting you answer all these questions. You're the one who didn't want to tell the kids. You're the one that didn't want to put. This was the moment for Lewis to step up and say, this is on me. I didn't want it to, not we ain't speaking French right now. I'm taking this off of Jax because she didn't bring it home. Like, yeah, we did our stuff, but like you said, she didn't ever bring the stuff back there besides that whole little kidnapping situation where she almost could, but that's different. You know, we was dealing with a psycho then. But what I'm saying is that Lewis had more responsibility to tell the truth. He even had a moment where he could have been honest before this even all hit the fan, right? But he's always looking to Jax to like, okay, let's go. Like you're supposed to lead, right? Like, you're the man, you know, you're supposed to have some leadership in this instead of always looking to Jax to fix things. And I didn't like that part of it, because now it makes it, because what's 9 times out of 10 is happening is that Naima is more mad at Jax than she's going to be mad at her father. And Jax literally has nothing to do with this. But now, because of her because they're a team or they're married, and because this happened and she knew about it, she's going to take the sole responsibility of this lie that was really all Lewis's lie. I didn't like that part of it. I just think that we could have just did it better from the jump. This should have all been out a long time ago. Period.
That's what happened when you go over there and get you a full lot king. She supposed to be over there with bald headed ass Corey living her best life. That's the man. That's the man. That's what she's supposed to be. She over here with the wrong one. Lawrence, how did you feel about this?
I said it on this live right here. I said it in my review. There's going to be a matter of time before somebody discovers that little baby Jalen Hurts jersey. And listen, EJ took the words literally right out of my mouth. I needed Lewis to step up. And again, EJ is right again, but she said this right here. He kept looking to the left of Jax, like, yo, can you help me out? No, my man, no. You have got to step up as a man. Say, yo, I screwed up. This is on my feet. I'm laying this at my feet. This is on my plate. I messed up. Your mom has nothing to do with this right here. If y'all want to get upset, I need y'all to get upset at me. He really did not do that. He kept looking towards Jax for help. I'm like, Lewis, of course, he grew a pair later to talk to Eddie, but I need you to grow a pair also within these four walls when it comes to you and your children in this home right here. I just needed Lewis to step up to be a better man. And Lewis kind of let me down because, again, this is his fault. He bought the jersey back home. This is at Lewis' feet. He got to step up.
I can't stand Lewis.
I gotta ask something though. I gotta ask something to both Lawrence and EJ on this topic. As a parent, period, right? Whether you were the person at fault or not, is not the onus on you to make sure your kids are secure? Because in my mind, as soon as baby girl came back, why wasn't Jax like, all right, Lewis, or, faux lock king, if you're not going to address it, I need to, because the babies are the ones that are suffering. Like, I get it. It is fully on his, that part. But as a mother, oh no, we're going to handle it. If you have to stand over you. So you can tell this baby right now, we'll deal with Spencer later, but she's in immediate need of having this addressed. Like, I just feel like Jax took that load on her back and said, we in this thing together, then we need to make sure that the kids are straight. And I just feel like they fail at it every single time. Both of them, in my opinion.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah, you got a good point. But, for me, as a man, if I would have made that mistake, I just got to step up to the plate. I can't let my woman lead the charge on this fiasco that I created. I created this mess, and now it's affecting my entire family. I just think there's just some things, you want your lady beside you, of course, but there's some things as a man, you just have to step up to the plate, and you got to go with it. And I think this is one of those situations where I need to see more from Lewis. Like, he was just looking around frantically, waiting for his wife to come bail him out. I'm like, bro, this is all you. Say what you need to say. And I think the thing that, that kind of hurts the most is when Naima was like, Daddy had an opportunity to tell me, and I hate being lied to. We don't know how it's going to affect her later, when it comes to relationships with men, for example. So, yeah.
So cycles. Terrible. Thank you so much, DeMarcus, for the super chat. Sal is similar to Lewis as far as parenting. Who is Sal? I don't know. Eddie could get his hands on Spencer vape pen and overdose, and this is why Jax is screaming and crying. If you overdosing from a vape pen, I need to just lead him suckers for that. What?
Sal is Ozzy's daddy, I believe.
Who? How? Don't put them over there. We ain't going over there. You already know what I think about that, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. One more. We know why Jax is so terrible at parenting. Look at her parents. What is Lewis's story? He picks every opportunity to mess things up. And they gave it to us a long time ago, how they initially met and how she even got with Lewis. It was an ill parent from the jump, in my opinion. I don't think that they were fit, but I've been waiting for the moment for them to divorce and co-parent, but they just, they fix it back at the end of every season. I could get into that, but I'm pregnant, horse, because who you calling a hoe? Say you hoe, you hater. we have a get together here with the girls. And I was like, okay, I'm so happy that we're getting, some interaction here because we haven't seen them as much. We're not focused on our friend's case, and we're just here talking, chatting it up, catching it. And then we announced that we're pregnant, and we know that she has been trying to get pregnant for quite some time and struggling with fertility, and it's just been an obstacle. So now that she is, it's a really big thing. We go to the bathroom, and I don't know why we have to call back to the past season and the shaky marriage of it all. Because who told you to put our house up for her bill? Who told you to do that? That man went right after that, so he's still mad. But you know what? He real mad, and he big mad, and I feel it in my chest. I was like, ma'am. She said, I feel it in every pump. I said, okay. But she's sharing how even though they disconnected, we're still getting it in, having hot, passionate sex. And Jax is like, oh, are you sure about that? How do you know that he's only sleeping with you? You know what, hoe? I always knew you were a hater. Well, I always knew you was a hoe. Like, we're having those moments. I don't know why we needed this, but we did have it. Are we going to call back to their marriage in another way? Are we trying to reflect on Jax's marriage? Because let's not act like, baby, you are in any way above being messy. Very messy with a capital M. But it's like, now that you and Lewis is okay, you trying to look at me funny when I'm trying to have secret little sneaky girl talk with you? Heifer, you a hater. Actually, how did you feel about this?
I'm like, these are not friends. Like, y'all are not friends for real. It was an aggressive B. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, do y'all like each other like ever? Or I don't know. This was such a strange dynamic and such a strange friend group. We talked about it in season 2 with old girl who was on trial last season. Because I was like, is Jax, is that your friend? Like, are y'all friends for real? This is such a strange dynamic to a friend group to me. Congrats to Prager's therapist. I hope everything works out. She says she's 5 months now. But that conversation between Wig and Jax was very strange. And honestly, Jax, shut up. Don't talk about who nobody's screwing, who's open legs, whose legs are closed. I don't think she got a leg to stand on there. Just listen to that lady and ease on about your day and your business. It was just a very uncomfortable, very tension-filled scene. I don't have no friends like that. I don't have a friend in this world that's going to talk to me like that. It gave very much anger and resentment, and we have something under the surface. I hope we get to deal more with this friend group outside of trauma and a court case maybe, and we can kind of see how all of these people really connected. Because, yeah, I thought that was very ugly. I didn't like that exchange between Wig and Jax. I didn't. I was like, oh, gosh.
EJ, hoes and haters.
Yeah, I feel like they still got tension from this whole thing, and they've kind of swept it under the rug because they were kind of on opposite ends of this whole thing. When she was doing Chanel's case, she already felt a certain way about how she was handling Chanel's case, and I don't think they've ever really come back from it. And I do think that there may be something else. At the end of the day, we know that Jax is not a person to give marital advice in the sense of, in certain instances, I guess you can share mess ups and that still can be marital. Yeah, I ain't gonna go there because everybody has their issues when it comes to marriages, and everybody's marriages is different, and you can share your experiences and it can help other people. However, in this instance right here, I think she just was looking at it like, oh, Jax did this when she was, married, and so I'm just going to share this, and it's supposed to be a moment, But I think when Jax looked at it, she started thinking about the fact that Lewis got an outside baby. How you know he's not sleeping with somebody? I think she started internalizing what happened with her situation into hers. And as a friend, I would have thought that I would have looked at it, if somebody had said that to me and I knew that they just went through something like that, because it's very public, everybody know about it. I would have probably looked at it like, oh, she don't want what happened to her to happen to me. Not like she's jealous or like just because her and Lewis are back together, she don't want me to be happy. Because I would hope that a friend wouldn't want that for you. I would hope that a friend would want you to be happy, but I can also warn my friend, like, hey, make sure he's not sleeping with nobody else. You don't want them outside kids. Like, they still dealing with this. So I don't know. I saw it in both ways, but I've never really liked Sally. So I never really liked her.
Moments. Every season they find a moment for Sally to be iffy. Like, girl, what you say? She does this all the time. I guess this is just the dynamics of their friendship. Lawrence?
Wow. Alexa, play Girlfriend by Brooke Valentine for me. Girl Fight. I'm sorry, Girl Fight. Listen. I was happy at first when I saw these ladies, right? I was like, okay, the group is back together. Yes, this is cool. This is amazing. And then it all went to hell, basically, right? Both of these ladies, I truly believe they both was out of pocket. You know what I mean? Jax with that, make sure he ain't sleeping around and say like, who are you? Why are you on your high horse? Who do you think you are? I mean, it was out of pocket. I do think Sally is still a little bit upset at, when it comes to Jax. I think there is a little bit of a jealousy factor. I truly believe with Sally, and I could not get over that horrendous wig, by the way.
Lord. Okay.
Girl fight.
I wasn't even looking at the wig like that, Lawrence.
I'm like right there. I was like,
I don't know what this is. I just felt like if you guys are bringing it up, is it going to come back up? I didn't know that we were still going to be lingering on the fact that, girl, who told you to, put our house up for her bill and my marriage is still shaky, but we getting it in. Is this going to matter or, tie into a different case in a different way later on in the season? I don't know, but Sally better sit down somewhere because she does this every single time. This man needs to sit down too. I'm getting closer to thinking that he on the floor laid out in them drugs. Cause, sir, are you in the room? Are you in the room? This is crackhead behavior. Cause where are your boundaries? This is druggy behavior number one. I said no. I said give me some time. I said let me call you. No, I'll call you. Don't call me. I'll call you, Dad. We couldn't hold up that boundary because mama got in the way. We're just going to invite him. Both of these habitual, trashy line steppers. They're just awful, awful parents, awful individuals. So by the time we get here, okay, well, what about the grandkids? I don't want you meeting the grandkids until I say that we're ready to take that move. Girl, no backbone. Mama has no backbone when it comes to any type of man. Just let them on in and they're like, who? What? Yes, it's grandpa. He just comes in here and it's like, I need stuff done now and on my time. And I really could give a damn who has anything to say about it. When you would think somebody coming back in such a distasteful way, you've been gone for years. You've never been a father, absentee, drug addict, didn't help, didn't support, didn't protect, but you're going to come in here and do whatever you want. Hell no, this is drugs. This is drugs and this is weird. I do not trust anybody who does not respect boundaries. You're supposed to come in here differently. Now, it's supposed to have some type of imaginary band-aid on it because grandpa helped. Yeah, grandpa made us kind of see things in a different light and he's cool and he came with $20 like most grandpas. Yeah, so Jax don't even be worried about it. The way that mama got here and we didn't even really just admit to daddy being there and I didn't respect your boundaries and I'm sorry. It's like I'm doing you a favor and don't everything is just always internalized. She is just such a sorry sack of she's a terrible. I hate to see her coming. I hate her. I'll be looking upside Jack's head. I wouldn't leave my kids with this woman. I wouldn't. She would be nowhere near. She would be excommunicado. This would be John Wick. Girl, I don't want to see you nowhere. But she embraces her with so much positivity and forgiveness because you've always been there. The only mama I got type energy. She would be nowhere near anything because you were supposed to respect my boundaries right along with that man. But not only did you disrespect them, but you get a little pissy attitude when I say something back to you and storm out the house like you're doing me a favor because you need that man. No, you need that man and you want some dick. That's what this really about, old hoe. I can't stand that woman. I cannot stand her. I hate a mother like that one. Do something about her. Get her out your house, Jax. Absolutely not. Lawrence.
Wow. Keyword here. Yeah, key word here is boundaries, without a doubt. This man come barraging in. I'm pretty sure with Jackson and mother had a conversation already saying, yo, I don't want Eddie to meet the kids until, me and Lewis, we talk about it, right? But he comes in, oh, what y'all got going on over here? Y'all making little TikToks. Can I join y'all? Can I get on y'all little TikTok live stream? And then, of course, the son, Spencer, look at him like, yo, who do you think y'all? Like, Spencer literally sizing him up. Like, young fella, pipe down. That's your granddad. That's your OG. Pipe down. Anyway, yeah, the best way to tempt a person, especially a young person, I literally seen this in my own family with my uncles on my mother's side. I can call them out. They're not watching this live anyway. Anybody I can call them out. Give the children some money, right? So that when he gave them that money, that kind of like eased the pressure off. You know what I'm saying? So he knew what he was doing. Again, he didn't respect no boundaries, nothing at all. He just came in barraging. I did not like that from him. Like at all. He should know better. Like they told you they really don't want you to be around the kids yet. Or I think a lot of times you got to sense that. If they didn't tell you that, you got to sense that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes the writing's on the wall. Of course, he can't see it. Blind older man, cataracts. You know how the game go.
I just don't like this because clearly he been talking to mama on the low and didn't I tell you to wait and we need to, what else have you guys been doing on the low? I think she's already biased in her way because they may be rubbing on each other in the dark and it's the most she done had in a while. It's just all very intentional. Like this is disrespectful. So if you're willing to do this, what other boundaries are you crossing privately that we don't know about? Which makes me think that you might be stretched out on that flow. DJ?
Yeah, see, Mama, I don't like, Mama pissed me off in this episode a lot. And that's only, and mainly because of the fact that just because you made up with him doesn't mean that I have made up with him. I made it very clear that I wanted to take this slow. And Jax was even open to letting him in at some point, but on her own time and when she wanted to do it. So I understood that. I really understood that. I got that. But Mama was just like, it's like she's forcing this down her throat. But what I hate more is that knowing that me and this man are not on good terms, we're not kikiing and kakan, you don't get to have the same conversations that you would with someone who is a parent. Like if you don't get to have that same conversation. You don't get to tell him everything that's going on in my life. You don't get to tell him every single detail of what has happened because Daddy had a lot of information later on. And I was like, how does Daddy have all of this information? That means that we are sitting up here just really, really having a lot of conversations because that was a lot of info to give, and let alone to give it about her husband or anybody that she's dealing with. Like, this is just not the play. I didn't like it. And I don't like how she keeps pushing it back on Jax. And Jax just has all of this respect for her mom and is just not, she just ain't, I get it. Cause I have a hard time with my mom too, like saying things like, I don't ever want to say anything wrong or anything, even if I feel it internally, I don't want to, but so I have a hard time doing it. I'm like that person that'll go do it later, like, but away from her, like I still have that just what, like, so I get it. I understand it. But at the same time, I just wish Jax would just put her foot down a little bit more. And when she finds this out, if she still continues to let Mama do this, then I'm just going to be like, Jax, come on now. Because she don't know yet. She don't know of that. Does she know yet? I don't think she knows that it was Mama.
She knows.
She knows it was Mama because I can't remember.
Even if it's not that, she knows like we met and he was here and you was here.
Oh, okay.
But nobody else gonna let his.
Okay, because I couldn't remember how it all came about, but I only got to watch this one time, y'all. My bad. But yeah, at the same time, I just think she needs to give it. I think she needs to put some boundaries with her mom too. And I think if she puts the boundaries with her mom, then just maybe we can get these boundaries set with Dad. But I also don't like where the conversation, well, we'll get to that one later. Or is this in that same slide where we have a conversation with Lewis and we're like, we want to be open to him? Like, I don't know. This is just all throwing me. I don't like the dynamics of any of this at this point.
I've been gave up on Jax and her mom having any common sense when they allowed Naima to be around a predator. I don't know what to tell y'all. Ashley?
Yeah. We know that Jax's mama is head of the Elder Ho delegation. And we know what Elder Ho's gonna do every single time. They're gonna let that man in. They're gonna open the door. They're gonna let the vampire in. And it's the way that he walks around as if he didn't did something and been somebody. You know what I mean? You want to go somewhere, you want to be somebody. Checking the kids, you're not going to speak. Like, who are you, sir? Like, we don't know you. This was like just the height of disrespect in my book. But again, an elder hoe is going to hoe and a crackhead is going to crackhead every single time. So that part doesn't surprise me. The part that honestly gave me pause was Jack's willingness to just let it ride. Like, well, it kind of had to happen anyway. Like, it was going to happen eventually, Folak King. So, it just happened this way. She wasn't angry enough for me. She wasn't mad enough. And I can't even give her a pass because we didn't seen her click on her mama before. We've seen it happen in earlier seasons. So I can't even say she just has all this respect for her mother per se. But it is a weird and shifting dynamic because I do think they had tried to build something else to now, we have this loving, trusting relationship, but it's never that because they refuse to go below the surface. The same thing I feel like we're seeing with Naima, Spencer, Folak King, and Jax is the same thing I'm seeing with Jax, her mother and father. It's just like Tyra said earlier, it's like systems and cycles perpetuating throughout the generations. I hate everything about this. I think it's just the height of disrespect to have anybody around your kids that you're not there present with. You know what I mean? Brought into your home. Like I said, he's throwing his weight around like he is somebody. I don't like any of this. And the mama is just so docile. I won't say that they're elder hunching at this point, but I do think there's some dynamic where she still feels indebted to him. I don't know if she feels sorry because she kept Jax away. But again, this is all because none of them will get the help that they truly need. Or if they do go sit on that lady couch, they're not being fully honest. So it's not working anyway. I hated this. I hate it for the kids. I don't think they need to be introduced to anybody else who's going to die right now. Very soon.
If they're not elderly hunching yet, she's praying to God that they do. Thank you so much, Bree, for the super chat. Addie needed to stay away. Throw fake Mama Joyce away too. Get him out of here. Get them all out of here. I think this is all of this push and pull, and I guess I can open the door. It's because she want him to open her door. Girl, go take a shower. Ugh. But like Ashley said, Ryu maybe wanted a little pushback, and that's why I didn't believe Jax when it was all of that talk and bravado of just know you can go through the door, and if you're not going to take it seriously, and if you are here to be here, fully get to know me, and if you're not going to be serious, just walk out of the door and never come back because this isn't going to hurt me, it's going to hurt you. No, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. There is still this deep and we even saw that, like Ashley said, in that Ashley said it was still selfish because that wasn't about Azie. Some of that was about you. There's still this unhealed part of Jax that's always been there, and not too long ago, Jax was waiting, on bated breath in that bar. Like I really want to see my dad, so I don't think it's just abruptly a no, and I don't give a damn just because it's now and we're a year or so removed from that. She didn't have anything to say. She's like, well, I mean. Is it really that bad, Lewis? Is this something that we want? Maybe this is all an attachment to how our dynamic is and us keeping secrets, and us keeping people away. Maybe we're doing the kids and ourselves a disservice. I'm mad, but I'm really not that mad. This might be a good thing. Calm down, Lewis. Everything's cool. I was like, really, Jax? Just that easily? I was disappointed as usual, but I know why she did it, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Lawrence, why do you think she immediately went, you know what, it's cool. I don't even care. Let daddy back in our space.
I think that she was thinking, you know what, I kind of need a perfect opportunity to, get the grandpa back in. You know what I'm saying? This was the perfect window for her. I don't know when they was going to let the granddaddy in, Eddie, but again, this is a perfect window. They saw it. And they took advantage of it. I thought she was going to be a little bit more pissed off about the Eddie situation, but she was cool, calm, and collected. I think Jax is trying to take down some of her walls when it comes, slowly but surely, when it comes to her dad. And maybe this is one of the first steps that, can help take down one of those walls.
I thought this was lazy, Lawrence. He alleviated some of the pressure. Y'all cool now? I mean, is it really a bad thing to have cool grandpa here? This was another notch, just like her sorry mother, of Jax not prioritizing not only herself, but protecting her children. What do we know about him? Where has he been? What is he currently doing now? Somebody come on down to the club. And then what? We don't know enough to bring him around the kids in a permanent place. I don't think it's a safe situation. EJ?
Yeah, I agree because I agree with Lewis on this one because Lewis said it they were supposed to make a compromise, right? Even though it wasn't Jax who did it, but Jax should have stood by what they said, because we said that this is what we're going to do. So I did need her to be have a little bit more emotion behind it, have a little bit more something, and not just be like, okay, well, at least the kids are talking to. No, you need to take that because at the same time, y'all all created this thing. I mean, Lewis gets most of it, but at the end of the day, everybody's a part of it, and the kids deserve to be mad. Let them be mad. Let them be upset. This all is, it's part of growing. This is all part of healthy emotion. Like, we created a situation, we got to let it play out so that we can talk about it as a family, we can heal as a family. But Grandpa then came in here and he just done fixed it all. But what did Grandpa say? How did he fix it all? What was the conversation like? Because to me, I feel like the conversation with Grandpa is all going to be a Lewis bash, and a more so than anything. Like, I just don't feel like Grandpa really feeling Lewis at all. But I think that Jack should have stood by her husband in this sense. Like, no, we gonna check this. We gonna talk to whoever, mama, I can't think of her name right now. We're gonna check this. We're gonna let them know that, like, you still don't get to be around the kids. And then you got to go talk to the kids and tell them why, because we'll be right back from where we started from. They already think that Grandpa is cool. They already done met him. Listen, yeah, we want you to, we're glad that you like your grandfather, yada, yada, yada. But this is it. They just got to be real with them. They're old enough for them to be real with them. This is what he did to me. This is what happened. This is why I feel this way. And I want to take it slow when it comes to y'all having a relationship with him, because I don't want y'all to be hurt either. If that's what it is, like, whatever the feeling is, it needs to be talked about and said, and she needs to put those boundaries up. And I think that was the whole point of going to therapy and doing all the things, was so that Jax could have a healthier relationship with herself, with her family, with just things like balancing things. And I think that we're just reverting instead of, and she wants that love from her dad so bad too, because that was another thing. You could see it, that she was like, oh, daddy's back. I don't care what he did. You know how some kids are, like, they don't care what daddy do. They just see daddy and it's just daddy. But as an adult, you have to still be like, okay, yeah, this is my father, but my father hurt me and he did this. And no, you don't just get a pass. And so I don't know. I hated this. I hated this part right here because I didn't like that. I think she should have just stood her ground.
Ashley, anything else you wanted to share on Jack's poor decision making?
I mean, no, it's just raggedy. And I think, like I said, I think you set your children up for the same nightmare that you went through and the same hellscape that you lived through by not doing this. And the onus at this point is on her. These are her people. And in this moment, Polak King is trying to do the right thing and trying to put some sort of buffer there to protect the kids. And Jax is like, well, I guess if I went through it, they could suffer it too. I guess. I don't know what's going on in Jax's mind, because in every other situation we see her in, you can see the splinter in everybody else's eye, but you can't see this huge plank in your own. She never can. She can never see the forest for the trees when it comes to her own situation. I think she liked it in this moment because, it just happened and I didn't have to be responsible for it. I didn't have to curate a meeting. I didn't have to talk to my kids because she don't like talking to them. F them kids, remember? She don't like talking to them. But I think this is setting the babies up for failure and heartbreak. And she get it from her mama. That's it.
Man, I can't stand that lady. We also have this in this episode. I said, now look here, Lewis. We just got this good job, okay? Stuff just started rolling. Let's not lose our stability, and that's contributing to the household finally being more than a house husband. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, because that was his problem. By trying to hook a brother up, help a brother out. No, we hired this man. It was all, great things because it's a fellow brother. It's great to get this opportunity. Baby, we're not qualified. Pretty much lied on our application and applied. Yeah, I said I knew how to work this program, but I really don't. But I'm currently learning it, and I'm going to learn it real quick. It's going to be like this never occurred. But, work with a brother a little bit because, man, it's hard. Excuse me? No. We have Lewis decide, okay, I'm going to extend this little olive branch, get it together, sir. And then we roll back around and it's like, well, damn, are you doing your job or not? Lewis is up all night trying to do this man's work for him because I'm trying to hook a brother up, help a brother out. But then when we get here and the higher ups are here, who has to control on whether or not you get to keep your damn job, Lewis, this man borderline comes in here and plays the race card. Well, as the only black one of the few, I just assume that it's like, you know what? You go back to your desk. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Lewis, you need to do better. I need you to. I was like, this was sorry here. these are the woes of, trying to lift someone up and maybe not doing your due diligence just because it was a fellow Black person and we need to lift each other up and help each other out more than ever, which is true. But I also need to make sure I'm not putting my own damn job in jeopardy. And this seems like one of those situations. And even against the partners or whoever is over it, better judgment, Lewis says what he needs to say. You need to pull it together and do this, or you don't need to come back. You can get fired. It's like, oh yeah, it felt like, oh, say less. I will sue the pants off of everybody, and then none of us have no damn job. I don't know. Like Lewis, I don't like Lewis. I just be wanting more. You can't give me Corey Cash and then put Lewis in my face. I mean, because you just can't. Like we just handle situations differently, and we just know where Lewis came from and how hard he worked and what this meant for him because he was feeling like less than. And Jax would throw that card and baby, who making the money? Who bringing in? Who pays for this house? Whose name is on the deed? Type energy. It's like, you know what? I can do more. The kids are growing. I don't need to be here in that capacity anymore. Let me pursue my passion and dreams of gaming and get this tech and get all this together just to get here and have it jeopardized by some random who's going to take advantage of you being lenient. Hell no. Ashley?
Yeah, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. We've been knew that. But the way that he maneuvered this and the fact that, first of all, you don't know you a coder, but you don't know how to code. He said, yeah, I don't know C++. I have to learn that. My friend said he was going to teach me, but I couldn't learn it in that weekend. Okay. And then not only that, but the company you came from, you signed a non-compete. Like, so we didn't do any vetting. It was enough that he came in here as a young Black man coder and wanted the position and spoke well, and that was enough. I think this is indicative of who Folak King is. I don't think he does his research. I don't think he digs beneath the surface. If he was concerned really about bringing a cute coin in the house, these are things that you do in corporate. You're going to properly vet whoever you're hiring in any moment. I don't care what color they are, right? It's not going to be like, brother, man, come on in. And this is exactly what he gets. Yes, he played in your face. Yeah, because, Lauren's got me working on the weekends unpaid indefinitely until I learn it. Go back to your desk. Lawrence, are you equipped to be a leader? Do you know what leadership do? Teamwork, front leadership. What they say on Remember the Titans, something like that. I hated everything about it. But again, it's indicative of who Lewis is and how he doesn't. I don't think he takes life seriously because I don't think he had to. You got a big bag at home that you didn't have to work for, and you haven't ever been leaned on to take care of any of the bills, clearly. Otherwise, you wouldn't be treating this so callously. Like, you just got this role, right? You just started running something in somebody, and this is what you do. Boy was out of pocket. Light skin is a menace. It needs to be stopped. I hope that at some point Folak King gets retribution against him. But I mean, baby, this is par for the course. I hope you don't ever make that mistake again. And then this is the second this was the first failed attempt at checking somebody. So you was going to check somebody again. You can't even check nobody at work? Sir, get him out of here. He's useless. Been useless.
Lewis is just a passive man. That's just not how he's built, baby. When he pulled the Lewis got me working on the weekends. I say, oh hell no.
Indefinitely unpaid. Indefinitely.
Oh, you know what? You going back to your desk, brother. Lewis, what the hell you got going on? You jeopardizing everything. EJ.
Girl, they don't believe in that working off the clock type of stuff in the corporate world. And the thing is that we know who Lewis is. We know that Lewis is a little more docile, and that he is that there aren't very many Black people in coding. And I got what Lewis was coming from. I got that he wanted to help him out. But at the end of the day, you do have to worry about yourself. You don't know him. And if we had have done all the things that we were supposed to do besides just looking at that one specific thing, then we might have found out about this non-compete clause. I don't know how their thing goes. I don't know if Lewis is the one who's supposed to do it or if there's an HR team that's supposed to do it. I'm not really sure how that part works, because, in the corporate world, everybody got their job that they do. Maybe HR handles this, maybe not. Whoever the case is, somebody should have known about this non-compete clause, period. They should have known about it. And this man should have never been hired. And then when it comes to you taking on his responsibilities, there's no way that I ever would have took on his responsibilities. Listen, if you can't figure this out within the next couple of days. The most I'm giving you is a couple of days, and I'm not telling you to work off the clock, because one thing about it is that it do be your own people sometime who will come back and turn around and throw you up under the bus after you try to help them with something. So, or you try to give them some advice on the low. Like, do this on the, I'm like, I'm trying to tell you how, but then they go back and they splurt it out like, oh, said this and said that. This is exactly what happened to Lewis. So while I get Lewis's character, at the same time, I just need Lewis to just, from here on out, don't look at the, because it ain't always that. Sometimes we got to dig a little bit deeper. And even if you gave him that one chance, when he messed up that next time, when he messed up that first time, when he didn't know that coding, that's when we should have stepped in right there. Okay, I gave you an opportunity. I did my part. I tried to give a Black man a job that was in this field that we don't have too much in. And this is what he did. Now I'm done. You should have let him go right then. I'm sorry. He had to go. I'm not messing up my job.
This was when you lie on the job application. Like, I don't think he know how to do nothing, because when Lou was like, okay, well, yeah, the coding is one thing. Did you do the other work? But yeah, I thought I had a little bit more time on that. Like, do you know? I don't think he know how to do nothing. Thank you so much, Roses Buzz, for the super chat. He should have let him go the first lie. Absolutely. Yeah. Lawrence?
Yeah, let this be a lesson to the wise. Do not lie on that job application, because when it comes time to do the real thing, you're gonna be out here looking like old light-skinned fishbowl eyes. Okay, listen. When it came to Lewis, like, I agree with what everybody else already said. I get it. Ain't too many Black men in coding. You know, he was on cloud nine. We got some more people that kind of look like him in the workroom. Cool, but when we found out that fishbowl eyes could not code, should have went right there to, you know, your boss, HR, like, yo, I don't know if this dude got all the tools that he mentioned. Did anybody call his references? That's typically what they do. A lot of times they follow up with the references, just double check and make sure everything is good. Obviously, they did not do the references, nothing like that. And yeah, at the end of the day, Lewis, you cannot, you know, lose your job for trying to help out another brother who may not have the tools right now, but hopefully he will down the road if he's serious about this right here. So yeah. Lewis, I hate it for you. It looks like you about to be the only colored person in the office. Fishbowl, I gotta go. Yeah.
He thought, it's like, oh, I thought we was kin folks. I thought we had matching locks, brother. I thought you knew how to do it. No, Lewis, do better. Now, when we get here with this sicko, say Mercedes, no, girl, not you using your body for nothing. You're using your body for you're supposed to use your body for good. Not this. Man. We were already looking at Monica sideways, but I did not expect to see Monica right now on this very day. If this is just a house of terrors, I need them to remove Azie from the home. It feels like the worst thing that they've done so far is put that baby on house arrest, and he's in the house with everybody who's gotten him to this point in the first place. We have Daniel looking for something that we jotted down for the case, and we need it, or he's not going to be. Oh, we just, okay, let me let you in with the spare key. We find all the journals, period. And of course, Daniel being down, I'm just going to go through all of them. And we find out more about Miss Monica here. Not only has she been, you know, since I was 15, but yeah, I could never, you know, find myself to say no to her. We get to say no, and we kind of do with that as we will, but they give us a whole visual of why we could never say no to Monica and what she's maybe been doing to or with Azie since he was 15, or who knows how long that this has been going on. I'm so sad for Azie. Every little episode, it just makes me feel like Azie not gonna make it. And that's whether we're on trial, we might make it to certain things there. But he just has so much against him and so many people in his ear, in his pockets, subjecting him to things. And oh my God, I do appreciate all of these subversions and outlooks on who can be predatory and who can't, because we normally subject that and leave it on the males. No, we have a whole lot of sadistic female predators as well who can be just as sick. So this wasn't as surprising. I just didn't expect to see her on him now. I was like, oh my goodness. This is what maybe led me to the dad being involved and maybe trying to use Wendy as a buffer. I just don't know. I feel like other people know. If she has been this for however long and she's always been the agent, the manager, the whatever, somebody knows outside of Azie, but I don't think anybody did anything about it. And we've just been allowing these things to happen. And who knows who else Monica is hitting up? Who knows what the daddy is doing? This is just very, very sick and perverse. And I really hope Azie gets away from this damn entire family at this point because they're all enablers. Ashley.
Now, somebody said earlier in the chat, and I can see Daddy stepping out on Mama for sure. I just don't think he personally did anything to Azie. Now, was he over here with Sadie's from the Pink? Possibly. Also, I'm wondering if this is a continuity issue or if they were really specific, because in the last episode, I believe when he's in therapy, he says that the abuse started when he was 13. So I'm curious if she started with him when he was 15, who was messing with him before for those 2 years? I'm very interested. I still don't think it's the daddy, but I'm not surprised if it's a man or somebody else. But no, I do take umbrage with this scene last night.
Yeah.
And I do because I don't think in scenes, and we've seen a ton of movies and a ton of shows. We all watch, a lot of TV. And typically when there is a situation, when it's a predator prey situation, especially a sexual situation, there's fear, there's trepidation, the lighting is different, like you're setting a scene of trauma, right? And this was very like this could have been Jax and Folat King's bedroom. It gave very much tantalizing, like this is hyper sexualized, like we want you to get, aroused. And I do take issue with that because she is a predator. I do feel like it was a bit romanticized in the moment. I don't know. I really, really, really didn't like the approach, and even how he's watching her walk out. I don't know. It was just something very off-putting for me with it. I just didn't like the tone of the scene at all. But yeah, she definitely turned him out. She's definitely still over there any chance she gets. And this further in my mind makes me feel like she really had something to do with Wendy being out of there. I think she's got such a vested interest in Azie, in this dynamic, but then also the financial dynamic too. I thought Mama was invested, and I still do, but I think Monica is probably our one to watch here. I hated everything about this. I hope we don't have to see them interacting in that way anymore, because she is a villain.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that Wendy was put there to get Monica out of the way. I did not mind this scene because it is romanticized to Azie. And the way that it reflects to the audience is one thing, but this is how he would perceive it for him to sit in therapy and rationalize it as, oh, it wasn't abuse because I enjoyed it and I wanted it and I desired it and she's desirable and she's fine and she's this, not knowing that she is a predator and this is not okay. I didn't mind it for that reason because this is what he sees and he is romanticizing it and not seeing it as a bad thing. Lawrence?
Well, I did not expect the Mercedes experience to show up on Reasonable Doubt like this. But yeah, they're just showing and pulling back all these layers of Azie, and I felt bad for the kid. Like, he literally can't resist this woman. Of course, it ends with her saying, "Yo, Azie, come to bed." So we don't know if he actually did try to resist her, or if he went to go do what he had to do. He's caught up, unfortunately, in this just horrible web, and for Azie, I don't know how he's gonna make it out of this right here, because I feel like everybody, and she's even helping supply the drugs, you know what I'm saying, to him as well. So it's like, how can I resist this better temptation that I'm in? It's like, everywhere I turn around, I'm being tempted. People want me for this, they want me for that. I can understand why Azie just sometimes is just so caved in mentally, and I don't know how he can shake this off right here. And the temptation it's got to be hard for him now, because now he's considered to be a grown man and she's a much older woman. So he's wrestling with, do I let this go? Do I still get it on? What do I do?
EJ?
Yeah, so to your point where you were speaking earlier about the scene and how it looks, I agree. He does romanticize it, and I think that's why they presented it this way to us, because they really wanted us to see that he really doesn't see anything wrong with it. He doesn't, like, he probably knows that it's not right, like in theory, but not like really feels that it's not right. I mean, in his mind, I want to let it go, but I just can't say no to her. I just want her. So like in his mind, he might even low key love her. I mean, weirdly as it sounds, but because he doesn't see anything wrong with the situation. And I think that's why they did it that way. And I thought it was the way that they visually, I was like, oh, so they went there, huh? So I thought it was kind of interesting and cool that they chose that route to go with it. And then as far as my last week, I thought maybe that, maybe there's, I thought that it might be a man. Like I really just wanted it not to be this woman. Like I really wanted it to be something else. I mean, when I say this, I knew that they had a relationship, but I really wanted it to not be her that was from the past. I wanted to be something else that was from the past. But to know that I didn't catch the age thing. I thought they had said 13. I didn't know that they had said 15.
12. Actually, I'm not sure if it was, but it was definitely, that's why I put it here. Is she the first and the only? Because he said since 15. Was that the age where she tried to be sexual and it was just strictly, brooming before, or was there somebody else into play?
Exactly. Because there probably could be someone else if that's the way that they did the age thing. Like you said, if it wasn't a continuity thing, then if that's really what the age was and that's what we all heard, then there could be someone else. There could be another person that we just don't know about. And this, I don't know, poor Azie. Like Azie, honestly, at first I didn't like Azie, but right now I feel so sorry for Azie because he's going through it on every single end of it. And then lastly, I lost my thought. What my last train of thought was, as far as Monica is concerned, I do have her at the top of my list now, and that's only because Wendy seemed to be someone who was trying to get Azie out of whatever he was going through. She was trying to pull him away from being so caught up with his parents or whatever they had going on, trying to help him to be his own person. Maybe she was going to tell him to get rid of Monica. Maybe this was about to be the end all be all for her. I mean, right now she's at the top of my list, but y'all know how they do. They like to try to trick us.
I'm just waiting for them to tell me daddy trash. Thank you so much for the super sticker, loudly laughing face. Appreciate it. And Marcus said, a minor Mercedes, aka Monica, gave Azie that last name. This is not Mercedes. This is Monica, and she's sick. I ain't see nothing from the pank here. I want to punch her in the face and in the back. It's like, girl, get the hell away from that boy.
Okay.
The mother jumped out. Cause girl, really? Ugh. This is just shaking the table, shaking the Polacks, baby, Lawrence, you rolled up there to get son. What? Okay. Let me gather myself because Lewis, please. Lewis rolled up here. He's already feeling some type of way. Lewis feels smited in his own house because per usual, Jax will say one thing and we're agreeing on whatever as a couple, and then you'll change it, and I'm not having no autonomy here, and the situation is happening at work. Well, at least I did say I ain't what I'm sticking to it. Let me roll up and show him what it is. But he said, go cook dinner, you broke, emasculated bastard. Who the hell? I was like, oh my God. I was so surprised. Like, you hopped out the car to do what, Lewis? Like, I just didn't understand the point of coming here because this isn't your issue. Your issue, per usual, is in-house with Jax, the way you deal with things, and when you stick to something and she diverts from whatever plan, and you sticking up, and that, like, this is not what we need, all the chutzpah and the energy, baby. We need it in the house with your children. Mean what you say. Stand on business. Be a man, Lewis. Be a man. Talk to them children. Well, where is that? Where's all this energy when we need it, and we can't find a word edgewise, and it's just, well, I don't know, and then it's just that, and we're looking to Jax. But we went down here and down to the crackhead inn or whatever the hell we is outside the back of this juke joint. I don't know, to confront this nobody about what. I need you to stay away. What? This. I cannot stand this daddy. I cannot stand a deadbeat who pops up with any type of energy because who the hell are you? But I wasn't mad at this conversation because, Lewis, if you weren't going to come here and lay hands on this man and be about that action, Why do we even pull up? I just didn't understand what this was going to do for you. Did you think this man was going to just acquiesce? Yes, sir. I won't knock in the door again. Well, whose kids? What grandkids? I don't even have no grandkids. You won't see me with Jackson nothing. Yes, sir. With everything that this man knows, clearly we've been sitting up with Chatty Patty.
Mm-hmm.
Because he ain't been nowhere. He don't know. She's been telling him everything backwards and forwards, and all he knows, laying up, bringing in outside babies. I was like, out of everything, who you are as a father and a man, you came up here and read me and judged me like that, and you ain't shit. That is diabolical. That is diabolical. When he told him to go cook some dinner and emasculated you even further, because I already know that the house my daughter paid for, we already know you broke. You ain't got no money. I was like, God. If a druggie reads you, Lewis, I don't have any hope for you, brother. If we want to go, I want him to hit him in the face. Let's just go and we'll argue about it later. Yeah, Jax, I did it. Yeah, he needs to stay away. He's trouble. No, he just did his little dread, like, oh my God. Oh, I'm getting back in my car. I was like, sis, get in the car, sis. Sis Lawrence, since like Lawrence, get in that car, girl. Just go, relax, release, because we weren't rolling up here to do nothing but talk. Ashley?
I told you, as we opened this live, I said you never go to a crackhead's lair to confront them. You bring them outside of that. You bring them to neutral territory, general population. You don't go to their territory. He had a whole alley full of old crackheads with him, ready and about that action. That was your first mistake. You bring him out somewhere else. Second mistake is you go with something. You go with something in your hand, in your pocket, in the back. If you might have to pistol whip him. Crackheads don't go down easy. I don't know what, and here's my thing. Olak King has lived long enough. He think he gangsta, right? Jax even had to give him the pep combo earlier in the episode. Like, you got this, you that one. For you to go out here and get disrespect. I thought he was gonna slap him. I really did. I really thought he was gonna Rick James. I thought he was going to slap Olak King, and we were really gonna see those locks shake. I would have honestly been here for that, because this isn't how you approach somebody. Because here's the thing, you have no heart, Olak King. You're not about this life. If you was, you would have smacked him when he started talking, or you would have punched him. You would have did something when he started. People don't slap people enough. People don't hit people enough in my book when they talk crazy and disrespect. And if you felt this bold to go and confront Jax's daddy without her knowledge, without her knowing, then I think you bold enough to put hands on him, Olak King, if that's really your ministry. But clearly it wasn't. He talked about how many bills you don't pay, that my daughter is the breadwinner. It's her name on the deed and the title. You ain't got no power. You ain't on a deed. You ain't got no deed, no title, no power. You have none of it. I said, oh, he read your whole card and you took it. You got back in your car with your tail between your legs. I don't know how you recover from this. So that man, from this day forward, you a punk. And he's going to disrespect you a punk. And you're going to get disrespected every single time. I mean, unless you fight him. At this point, we got to fight. There's nothing else to do. At this point, we have to fight. You were so utterly and completely disrespected, and you brought it on yourself, Olak King. I have no sympathy or compassion for you. You deserved it. It just didn't get violent enough for me, Tyra. That's my only complaint with it. Because he ain't about this life. He got sunned twice in one episode.
Your full locks. It was giving. Hold on, make me put my dress in a rubber band. Like, what is you out here doing? The faux locks were supposed to be hanging. Louis, you were supposed to mean business. Lawrence?
Listen, I wore this shirt right here by the great Muhammad Ali. Hopefully you guys can see this right here. This is actually supposed to be Eddie because he knocked Lewis out. Listen, it was a verbal assassination. It was a verbal knockout. What are we doing? Like, listen, I don't know what made Lewis want to grow a pair that day, want to go down to the juke joint where the homies is hanging out, tell Eddie about, the disrespect and all this, yada, I need you to go. Lewis, what are you doing? You walk into a hostile territory. And yes, like Ashley said, he did get sunned not once, but twice. Lewis, how do you come back from this? Because he called all your tea out, literally. Listen, Eddie absolutely cleared Lewis. Like, you can't come back from that. The worst thing that another man can find out about another man is that when it comes to your home, that your name as a man is not on that, that you don't own that home. Your wife, the home is your wife's name. So when you hear that right there from another man, you kind of are looked down upon as a man, right? Not to mention, when it came to the dinner situation, right? Typically, on Reasonable Doubt, Lewis is always the one that's preparing the dinner because he gets home first, right? Usually, sometimes they do it sometimes together, but usually Lewis is the one doing it. He kind of called Lewis a basic housewife at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't come back. You gotta throw, like Ashley said, you gotta throw balls at this point in time. Like, Lewis, you got punked, my boy. You got punked by OG.
EJ, you the hoe. You ain't got no power or no D. Get your ass over there and cook.
Yeah, this was horrible. I was just like, oh, dang, you really let Mary Jane's brother talk to you like that? Like, I just don't understand why we even, like, I just don't get it. At the end of the day, listen, I have no problem with Lewis being a stay-at-home dad or whatever he was. Well, he wasn't stay-at-home. He was like, he just had more time and made less money. I have no problem with any of that. I respect Lewis for coming home and doing what he could have been out in the street. He could have been doing anything else. So I'm not even going to get on him about that. What I am mad about is all this pillow talking that mama been doing with daddy, because daddy should know anything about our life in any way, form, or fashion. And that's my one thing. I hate that you gave him all of this ammunition and that you're talking him up like this, because this is clearly they've been talking way too much. And then for Lewis to come over here and not hit him, I'm mad about that. Like, the first thing that we should have did was just hit him. Like, it shouldn't have even been a conversation. We just should have came over here and hit him and said, stay the hell away, period. And then walked off. Like, you cannot let you can't let the crackhead son you like that. That was horrible. I was just like, come on, bro. Like, don't let him do you like that. Say something, like, do something, like, throw his stuff up in his face. Like, but like, do it with, like, but Lewis don't know how to do it. Like, he don't know how to read a person. So if you don't know how to read a person, then you throw hands. That's all you got left is to fight. And now we're gonna have this, because let me tell you, if Jax was here while this was happening, like if the conversation was happening, she would never have let that conversation happen. It would have been a time where Jax would have had to save him from her daddy, right? Lewis is just never going to do it. Like, Lewis is never going to, he says that if you wasn't Jax's, I don't give a damn. Because you Jax's father and you ain't ish, I'm going to knock you the hell out. Stay away from my family, point blank and period. Now I'm going to jump in the car and I'm going to go. Whatever you want to call it. He would have got hit. Daddy don't get to talk to me like that when he is a horrible person. When you are a horrible individual and you ain't never been there for your kids, your grandkids only seen you one time, you done gave them $20 in their whole entire life, you don't get to say anything, but stay away from the kids that I have, that's 50% of me. Just stay away, period. And you would have known it and you would have felt it, and that's would have been it. But Lewis, in this moment, I was like, dang, Lewis, I was like, no. We will never come back from this at this point. I don't even know how you come back from it.
I don't know. When he told Lewis, you can't even file head of household, like, broke ass. Oh my God.
Man.
You let a crackhead, you let a dope fiend read you like this, Lewis. I have no hope for you, bro.
He probably ain't even got a home in his name. Like, how you let somebody tell you that?
Ain't been nowhere, ain't got nothing. Ain't just, Lord, we don't know nothing about this man. You let him read you like this. I swear I would have socked him in the jaw. It would have been over. Yeah, tell your daughter about me. It's like, yeah, I bet you won't, because yeah, that's what you think. No, he didn't. Thank you, Rosebud, for the $5 super chat. This scene made me understand why Jax be itching to cheat. Lewis, no. Not itching to cheat. You would think that Jax would require a different type of man, but yet and still, for like King. Jax get her attitude from Eddie Kane. Child, this man, we don't know enough about this man. You don't know nothing. Half of what you think, to be disrespecting me. Because just like I was outside, your daughter was outside too. And I'm a house husband. I'm a good one. Who's gonna take care of them kids while your daughter was living her best life, becoming a good lawyer? Me. That's who, nigga. Like, I don't know. I just needed him to hit him. I needed him to hit him off, and we did not. I need us to come back, and I need him to come full circle and grab some of that manhood that I feel like he lost in that conversation. Ashley, predictions.
Oh, Bree said you missed a super chat, Tyra. I missed her super chat. Predictions, I don't have a whole lot. We'll get further in the trial. I do appreciate how we did voir dire. I thought that was really, really cool. I like to see the logic and the thought process of the prosecutor. No, we don't want any blackmails on this jury. And how Jax did her little test trial with the white lady down there, like, oh, any mother is going to feel for him because of the essay and all of that. I liked the thought process and the strategy behind that. I do want to see opening arguments. I'm really, really ready for that in court to see what's going to happen. So I hope we get that next episode. I hope we get another interaction with Crackhead Daddy and the Faux King. And I hope they fight. I really do. Because as I would feel like, if you're my man, you got to fight him. We can't live that down. We gotta, you know what I mean? What they say on Friday, live to fight another day, son. Like, you got to at this point, because the disrespect will it's gonna last forever if you don't handle that. So hopefully we get resolution over there. And I hope we get a peek into Bill's crayon box. I know it's there. I'm ready for the seedy underbelly to be revealed for him. That's all I got. Prediction.
Thank you so much, Bree. I see it. Jax needs to stop saying F them kids and start saying F them parents.
That part.
Never. She does not have that capacity. EJ, you got any predictions?
No predictions per se. I'm just ready to see this trial start. I want to see where we're going to go with it. I too want to see the opening arguments of it. I want to see what's going to be said. I like the jury that we got so far. I didn't look at it the way that they looked at it when she was trying to bring it together. But I was like, oh, okay. I get where we're going with this. So I just want to see what's next and what curveball they're going to throw us next week, because they're going to throw us something.
People also said $20 funky for all those years. Yes, $1 for every year I was absentee.
Okay.
Lawrence, predictions?
No predictions, but in true Reasonable Doubt fashion, we should be seeing the episode where it's basically dedicated to the trial situation, right? So that's what I think we're going to be seeing in this episode right here. And of course, we get more layers peeled back with Azie, and it's only a matter of time before Azie also mentions to his mother about the name of the person who was, sexually abused. So I can't wait to see those two things right there. How some way Lewis has got to get his lick back. I mean, I know he's bending over PTA moms and all that, but Lewis got to get his lick back. I don't know how, because Eddie had got so much ammunition, so much tea from Jack's mom, but Lewis, you got to have a comeback, my boy. You've got to have a comeback, please, man.
I really don't think it's going to be that. That man might be dead on Spencer's ground in the room before we ever get a comeback from Lewis. Thank you so much, JWB, for the super chat. I'm just mad that the kids sold out for only $20 each, shaking my head. They should have held out for at least $50 each, dummies. Child, they received grandpa real quick. It's like, what? You can do a little cute TikTok? You can't tell me he wasn't over there secretly bashing. Well, it's really all your daddy, right? You know, my daughter would never. She take care of y'all. She show up. She paid a mortgage. Ain't no telling what he was over there saying, because it was just like, yeah, grandpa's cool. He made it all make sense. Nobody asked like, okay, well, what did he say to you? It's just like, oh, that's something we don't have to deal with. We'll see what happens next episode. But y'all, that was Reasonable Doubt. Lawrence, I'm gonna come to you first and let the people know what you got coming up, because I know you ain't done talking about this hot mess.
Ooh, wow, what an episode! This episode right here was probably my favorite episode. So much tea, so much nonsense, so much layers peeled back. We come to Azie. Oh my God, what episode! I can't stop thinking about it. But yeah, anyway, be sure to swing by my channel. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. As I did my review of Reasonable Doubt, I break it down every single week, share my thoughts about it. And yeah, that's the biggest thing that's going on my channel right now is Reasonable Doubt. Make sure y'all come check it out. We ain't done talking about it. So yeah, Reasonable Doubt.
Thank you, Lawrence. EJ. Muted EJ.
As per usual. So on my channel, we did Wednesday on Wednesday. We talked about Zatima on Thursday, so check those out. And then I'm about to talk about Reasonable Doubt again here shortly. And then on Sunday, of course, we'll have the Family Business Sundays. And then late tonight sometime, I don't know exactly what time, we're going to talk about the Family Business trailer that dropped today. So that's what I have going on for right now. And keep your notifications turned on. This is always fun.
Thank you. And Ashley Banks.
Do not forget, tonight is a Fine Men Friday. And y'all, I don't know if you guys have all been there before, but if you know, you know. It's vibes, so be there. Tomorrow, I think at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will do the Try Not to Laugh movie marathon. Come on over. That'll be a good time as well. We're watching some classics, some things I've never seen before. And then what do we have after that? Anyway, make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And be sure to drop a comment and let us know what your predictions are for next episode. We thank you guys so much for being here and for supporting the live tonight. It's been very fun.
Yes, it has. Y'all heard what the woman said. Be there, not too far removed from here, maybe in the next hour or so, to get into the Fine Man Live shenanigans. It's going to be a hot, funky, entertaining mess per usual, and immediately go behind paywall. So if you don't roll up to see it then and you're not a member, you're not welcome to the function. But thank you guys so much for supporting us and engaging in this live. Be sure to hit that like button and comment on your way out. Subscribe to anybody here if it's your first time seeing them. And we will see you guys next time. Have a good night.
She said she my op, but I don't know her. Had to look her up. I know that I'm rich, but I can help it. I'm good as fuck. I've been on these bitches neck so long, sometimes I forget stuff. I can put you in my business. You might wish me dead tomorrow. Bitches be on today, sing every word of up tomorrow.